What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a crazy duel for you guys to check out involving something that I have personally never seen happen in my life. It's going to be kind of crazy, going to be pretty much the last thing that happens in the duel, and maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I don't know all the rulings, that whether they be obscure or kind of obvious. Maybe I'm oblivious of them, but yeah, I never thought that this would actually happen, and I guess I now know for the future. At the top, we got an Exodia build. If I just showed you these 5 cards and I said, hey, this is your opponent's opening hand, you could probably guess that it's Exodia. I mean, it's got the tune table of contents, not that many decks run it. You're pretty much going to, at that point, you can just kind of assume, okay, I'm either playing against Sky Strikers, I'm playing against tunes, or I'm playing against some type of FTK deck. And when you see the copies of like Wabaku and Reckless Greed, you can pretty much you can rule out the tunes and the copies or the Sky Striker deck. So pretty much it's Exodia. And when I saw the gift cards, I'm like, okay, he must be playing Hope for Escape. Basically the win con is kind of just to give your opponent a billion life points. Life points are inconsequential. You activate Hope for Escape, you draw like 10 cards. Then at the bottom we've got Blue Eyes with Rippling Mirror Force, which is just weird. Don't see Mirror Forces at all usually in Blue Eyes, but who am I to judge? I don't play Blue Eyes. Anyways, let's go ahead and roll it. And actually both players are going to be using a lot of Blue Eyes cards, so if you're a Blue Eyes duelist, you like Kaiba, you'll probably like this duel just on, that fact alone. And I believe he's going to go for a couple copies of Tune Table of Contents, trying to deck thin, as Exodia often wants to do. Let me just pause. I've always wanted to run a deck that runs Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Man, some of you guys have probably never seen like the old school tunes from Magic Ruler, but man, those cards were so good looking. Ultra rare, like Toon Summon Skull, Toon Mermaid, secret rare copies of Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, because obviously Pegasus was the main villain of Duelist Kingdom. Those cards were like all hollow and they were so good looking. So anyways, let's see what he's gonna do. Activates a pretty nifty chain there, getting the Reckless Greed and giving his opponent some life points. He got another Reckless Greed, so the not drawing's not going to hurt him all that much. He's just going to set it, probably try to activate it. He's got a little bit of stall with the Swift Scarecrow. And what else does he have here? He's got the Wabaku. I think, yeah, he's smart here. Just take the damage. There's no reason to use your draw cards immediately if you can take the damage. Plus, he has Swift Scarecrow. He used the second Reckless Greed. Then he gets a copy of Card of Consonance, which he can trade in. He can get a Blue Eyes as well. Now it's almost like he has a brand new hand. Pot of Duality is going to get him. Well, he didn't take Hope for Escape. Interesting. He took a trade in. Guess he wants to turn one. He feels like he'll draw a copy of it, which he does. And you can see he's pretty much powering through his deck even without the draw phase. Hope for Escape. He has way less life points. He's going to go for Wabaku and Gift Card. And look how many cards he's going to draw. Oh my goodness. That is that is ridiculous. He gets a copy of One Day Apiece and another Gift Card. And do I say another Hope for Escape? No. Okay. That's just something different. It's another Reckless Greed. Activates Pot of Duality. You can see he's starting to assemble some of the pieces of Exodia. It's going to activate One Day Apiece, making sure he can't take any battle damage. Why is Blue Eyes running Card of the Demise, by the way? Let's just answer that. He sets everything. He gives up the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, doesn't need it. And you can see pretty much next turn, he has like 7 cards in his deck. He's he's going to get to Exodia. Like with all of these draw cards, Reckless Greed, Hope for Escape, Gift Card, and a couple of Wabakus, like he should be able to get to Exodia. But this is the interesting part. I did not know that this would happen. He activates Hope for Escape, activates Reckless Greed, goes for a Gift Card, which obviously is going to give his opponent more life points so that he'll draw an additional card for Hope for Escape. But check this out. When the chain actually resolves, he is going to end up decking out and he loses the duel. Even though he has all 5 pieces of Exodia, 1, 2, 3, 4, if I can get to it, 4, and in the head right here, he actually ends up losing the duel despite the fact that he has all 5 cards of Exodia, and it's because he decked out. And what I didn't realize is, I didn't realize that even if you have Exodia, you have to fully resolve a chain before Exodia can basically be recognized, before it can actually kind of like, even though it's not an effect, it's like a condition, before the condition can kind of be, I guess before the game state can recognize the condition, you have to resolve the chain on field. So even if you activated something as simple as Reckless Greed and then Jar of Greed as like Chain Link 2, and Jar of Greed resolved first as Chain Link 2, if you drew Exodia off of that, you wouldn't actually win the duel until you resolve the reckless greed. Like, you just can't win as soon as you draw. You have to resolve the chain on field, which means you can actually lose a duel with Exodia in your hand, and that is just absolutely crazy. And I don't think it has anything to do with like who the turn player is, because I believe that even if it was his turn, it would have been the same exact thing. You just simply cannot, the game can't recognize Exodia until the actual chain on the field has been, like, you know, has finished resolving. And if at any time you cannot draw cards, obviously in Yu-Gi-Oh you end up losing the duel. So yeah, just a nice little informational duel, I guess. A little bit of learning and kind of like a dank situation that I've never seen happen as well. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this short little duel. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos.